In this week's Do Something With Your Marketing, I want you to test your gear. What do I mean by this? Not just making sure that your gear works, but know what all of the gear you have, what it does and doesn't do. This is especially true if you're a creator, if you're a podcaster, a blogger, a video maker, whatever the thing is. If you're a physical maker, know what your gear is and does and all of those things. Because what happens is, as creators, we very often just let stuff kind of pile up without running comparative tests, without knowing this is what this gear does in comparison to other gear that we have. So not generically with all the world, but with our own stuff. So, for example, I have I have three addictions. I use that word very lightly here, somewhat frivolously. I have three things that I have a tendency to collect. I collect keyboards, headphones, and microphones. And so I just have stuff laying around, right? One of the things I've been doing recently is testing this stuff to see which situations a given piece of gear is good for, what it's good for and what it's not. I'll give you a couple of examples. So these are noise-canceling headphones from a local brand. They're really, really, really good at active noise cancellation. Their audio quality as a microphone, not so great, right? So if you had to do a conference call, these are fine. If you have to do like professional video using a more professional mic, these are not fine. Another example, these are essentially aircraft headphones, right? Bluetooth aircraft headphones. They have a nice little boom here. Amazing noise cancellation. Like, these will suppress stuff passively, and it's really nice because they're passive noise cancellation, which means they don't have to be on to be working. They're engineered for helicopters and aircraft. The sound quality of this microphone here, you may as well just dial into wherever you're calling from because the sound quality is awful. Have some bone conductance headphones here. These attach to your head and transmit sound through your bones. Audio quality is not great unless you put in earplugs. So if you want, again, something that will quiet things down, this combined with earplugs are great. Haven't tested the microphone on these yet to see how they sound. These are custom made by John Wall, my Marketing Offer Coffee co-host. He calls them Johnnies. They're Sony MDR 7506s that have been modified to take a boom microphone. So the boom microphone just attaches right into the headphones. These, not great noise cancellation, not great noise suppression, but the microphone sounds terrific because it's a wired microphone. So lots of different gear. What are the situations each of these are appropriate for? Some things like these are really good for noisy places. Like, you could wear these to a construction site. You wouldn't necessarily want to fly with them on an airplane because they're not super portable and they're super, super heavy. The newest toss-up for me is going to be figuring out which is better, either active noise cancellation, which is electronic in nature, requires you to keep the batteries charged, or using bone conductance with headphones to figure out which sounds better to listen to material, to listen to content, and then, of course, to test these out to see how they sound when recording video. All of this is important because I need to know what gear to pack and when for which kind of situation. Am I going to be on the road? Let's just say magically these things have fantastic microphones. I don't know if they do or not. I would guess not. But let's just say they did. Could I then not pack another piece of gear for creating video if I could bring this along? The other thing you could do is you could have specialized gear for certain applications. So this is the microphone collection. So now there are all these different microphones in here. Are there certain microphones that are better than others? Absolutely. A lavalier microphone is great if you want to be able to attach to a device that you're wearing. A head-worn mic is good, but has a wireless component that is susceptible to interference and has to be recharged. The lavalier does not need to be recharged. There's separate audio devices like shotgun microphones. You need to know the capabilities of your gear. And by the way, we're not just talking audio-video. Even something as simple as a markdown editor versus a Microsoft Word style text editor versus a plain text editor. If you're a blogger, you may have different applications based on the type of writing that you're doing. But knowing the capabilities of each and what you can do can really expand your capabilities. For example, I started writing my email newsletter and my blog posts in Markdown a few years ago, which is a scripting markup language. It's like lightweight formatting, but there are so many tools that can be used on Markdown to convert it into other things, such as PDFs, such as HTML for web pages, such as actual code for documentation, that it's a very versatile language. So no matter what kind of creating you're doing, whatever content marketing, if you will, you're doing, know what your tools do, know which tool is best for which situation, and use those tools appropriately. But make sure that from time to time you're testing them out. Is there something new? Is there something better? Is there something that you can take advantage of that will yield better results for you than what you're currently using? Always be on the lookout. Now, not every day, but maybe once a quarter. Look around the landscape and go, I wonder if there are any new apps for travel, any new apps for writing, for music composition, for video editing. You might be surprised at just how much of a difference a single tool upgrade can make if you're already proficient at something and you just need a few tweaks to your workflow. So that's what I want you to do this week for do something with your marketing. Whatever gear you have, test it out, make sure it works, and then compare it to other types of gear you have in that category to see, is this the best choice for the type of marketing content and creation that I'm doing? As always, please leave your comments below, subscribe to the YouTube channel and to the newsletter, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Want help solving your company's data analytics and digital marketing problems? Visit trustinsights.ai today and let us know how we can help you.